I want you to stand up, walk over to your computer or your phone, and pay close attention to what I am about to tell you. I know what is happening out there. I see the bills rising. I see the cost of groceries, the utility bills, the prescription drugs. And I know the fear that keeps you awake at 3 a.m. It's that knot in your stomach when you realize you have exactly $85 left in your checking account, but your electric bill is $95 and your next check doesn't hit for another 4 days. You are terrified of that $35 overdraft fee. You feel trapped. So, what do? You start looking online for a lifeline. And you see these slick, shiny advertisements for mobile apps. One of them is called FloatMe. They promise you floats, small, interest-free cash advances of up to $50 or $100 to tide you over. No credit check. It sounds like a godsend, doesn't it? You think, finally, a simple way to save myself from the big banks clawing at my pockets. Firstcard. But before you click download, before you hand over your personal financial keys, you must ask yourself, what are the actual requirements for new users, and is this app really a safe harbor for someone on a fixed income? Let's look at the cold, hard truth. Because what you don't know about these tech-savvy apps can, and will, cost you. To even get through the front door of FloatMe, you have to meet very specific criteria. First, you must be 18 years or older, a U.S. citizen or permanent resident, and have a valid social security number or taxpayer identification number. They don't service residents of Connecticut, Maryland, Nevada, or Washington, D.C. But those are just the basic legalities. Here is where the rubber meets the road, the financial requirements. LendDU. You must link a personal checking account through a service called Plaid. Here is the catch. They do not accept prepaid cards. They do not accept cash management brokerage accounts. It has to be a traditional checking account with a recognized U.S. bank or credit union. Firstcard. And why do they need to link directly to your bank? Because FloatMe's algorithm is going to scan your private banking history. They are looking for two major things: a consistent history of direct deposits from an employer, and a checking account that isn't constantly drowning in overdrafts. LendDU. Let's pause right there. Did you hear that word? Employer. LendDU. If you are retired or about to retire, how do you receive your money? For millions of you, it is through Social Security, disability benefits, a pension, or retirement account distributions. Here is the heartbreaking reality that you need to hear loud and clear. FloatMe requires a consistent direct deposit of at least $150 per pay period from an employer. Under their strict rules, they do not accept self-employment income, gig economy contractor work, or, critically for you, government benefits like Social Security as qualifying income. LendDU. In fact, the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, stepped in and penalized FloatMe because they were illegally discriminating and denying cash advances to tens of thousands of people whose primary income came from Social Security or other public assistance benefits. FTC consumer advice. Think about that. The very people who need a tiny cushion the most are locked out by the design of the system. But let's say you do qualify. Maybe you're working a part-time job transitionally and have a regular paycheck direct deposited. You think, great, Susie, I can get $50 to cover my gap. LendDU. Do you think that $50 is free? FloatMe does not charge interest. That is true. But they charge a monthly subscription fee of $4.99 just to keep the app active on your phone. $5 a month. Now, $5 might not sound like much to a tech executive, but to you, that is $60 a year. And you pay that fee every single month whether you actually request a cash advance or not. Finder. If you take out a small $20 advance, which is the absolute maximum limit most new users are approved for anyway, and you pay a $5 instant fee, plus your $5 monthly membership, you have just paid $10 to access $20 of your own money. LendDU. If a traditional lender charged you that kind of ratio, it would be considered highway robbery. It is a financial trap designed to look like a helping hand. Furthermore, if you decide you don't like the app and you simply delete it from your phone, guess what? The $4.99 fee keeps pulling from your bank account every single month. Uninstalling the app does not cancel your subscription. You have to go deep into the app settings and manually cancel the account. Firstcard. My beautiful friends, you deserve better than this. You have worked too hard, for too many decades, to let fintech apps nibble away at your precious retirement dollars $5 at a time. So, what is your actionable takeaway today? If you are a retired individual looking at FloatMe, do not sign up. If your primary income is Social Security or a pension, you likely will not qualify for their cash advances anyway, and you will end up paying a $5 monthly fee for a service you cannot even use. Instead, I want you to build your own float. First, if you are facing a temporary cash crunch, contact your utility provider, your landlord, or your medical provider directly. Almost every major utility company has a senior care program or a grace period that will waive late fees or push back your payment due date without charging you a single dime. All you have to do is call them and ask. Second, start building a micro-emergency fund. I know money is tight, but if you can save just 50 cents a day, the cost of a cup of coffee once a week in 1 year, you will have nearly $200 sitting in a local credit union checking account. That is your own personal, interest-free, fee-free float that no app can ever lock you out of. Protect your money. Protect your peace of mind. You are the master of your financial destiny, and you do not need an app to save you. You can save yourself.